Since the dawn of time, species have needed to collaborate and co-evolve in order to survive. Therefore, humans must also collaborate with one another in order to succeed and prosper in the jungle called life. But how do undergraduate students collaborate with each other? Is it something that they must learn how to do, or is collaboration an inherited part of our makeup? In order to analyze this idea, we decided to compare the amount of collaboration that occurred between separate groups with a lower level university course and a more advanced higher level course. Based on our own experiences, we predicted that the higher level course will display more collaboration because they have had more time to perfect the skill during their undergraduate studies. I just want a little intro, so who you are, field, where you do your work, that type of just kind of brief interview of who you are.
So my name is Joanne Sobek. I'm Associate Dean for Research in the School of Social Work at Wayne State University and have been in that position for about 10 years, but in the School of Social Work in Wayne State for over 30 years, doing a variety of research studies covering many topics, including collaboration.
It's okay, but just use this bag. If you unscrew the top,
We already have a bag.
if you unscrew the top, it'll come out quicker.
That's fine.
And then looking at collaboration between age groups, looking at almost at, are people more willing to collaborate or talk with one another if they are at the same age, if they're looking at someone that's more of a mentor, looking at someone that's older, or is it like older to younger, like kind of the age group of how they all collaborate with one another and who's like the most willing to talk?
Yeah, that's also an interesting question because I thought about that, and certainly I think that youth might be more open to collaboration because they're learning, right? And so the notion that we can sit down and try to think through an assignment or a problem that we might be having in our schools, they're probably a little bit more open to it, and because they haven't developed the specialized skill and in some effect, we develop these kind of disciplinary blinders for you, so that you only look at the world now through a medical or biological kind of lens, or I only look at it through a social lens and not the biological lens. So I think youth are more open to it. Adults look at it and they may say, yes, we'll collaborate because, of course, they think they know more. Right, of course we'll collaborate, right? And then it's about, let me share with you my knowledge but they're less willing to really think about kind of the co-production of something.
We can do.
Really sacrifice
your phone. We have the desktop.
Yeah.
It'll up.
I'd say the safest thing to do is export them. So go to the Ryla app on your phone, export them through your phone to your camera roll, and then airdrop them or
To your
to
desktop.
this.
Yeah.
Don't use. I'm canceling this export. Can we just erase the whole thing? Import video to.
Import video to That's tough. No, we gotta know how to do it. We could probably fix it tomorrow.
One article states that undergraduate students tend to have a hard time asking other groups of individuals for help and will usually try to seek out help from those who are higher up in the course, such as a professor or teaching assistant. It then goes on to say that collaboration in undergraduate studies is often undercut by aspects of school systems such as GPA, emphasis on individual academic success, and the fact that many of the relationships within groups are defined socially, not professionally.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know that. There's all kinds of clear colors.
Then just give me a piece of paper and draw it.
No, it's about the principle. It's about the principle.
Okay. Is it done?
No. No, 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 no.
Now I've done a little bit of everything.
This is how real science is done. On the iPhone. Shout out to Steve Jobs. Alright, you can take that.
Okay.
And that was 51 degrees?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
This is so much pressure. Wait, did you push it all out? Stop! Is that all gone?
Yeah, I pushed full.
I did.
Well, that's sad. So new tip. New pair of film.
We collected data for both class levels over the course of 11 weeks. We used a fair, easy system where a report was awarded to each class level every time a group came and collaborated with another group. We kept track of how many times each level class collaborated by observing their interactions during class time. After collecting our data points throughout our experiment, we decided to be represented the best in the form of a graph. Our group chose to use a pie graph to represent the data. The blue portion represents the lower level class, where we observed 18 different instances of collaboration over the weeks of observing. The green portion of the graph represents the higher level class, where we observed 13 points of collaboration. It can be seen that the graph goes against our thesis. That being said, the data collected from the upper level class is skewed in some ways, which is represented by the asterisks in the green portion. Being in the class, we did have to participate in activities and class discussions, which prevented us from observing the group the whole time, like we did in the lower level class. We attempted to keep the upper level data points as unbiased as possible. Although it went against our thesis, the trend of the data suggests the idea that Dr. Sobek talked about. Younger adults being more willing to collaborate than older adults is accurate. Unfortunately, although we do see the trend that the data is following, our group would have to say that our research is inconclusive. With that being said, additional data, research, and references would needed to be collected in order to come to a more precise conclusion.